Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 20 of Sandwall's The Armored Heart. Today we have crisis at hand. A hill titan made out of snow is attacking us. It's a knobby creature that, I don't know, it feels as if a snowman is attacking us. This is pretty much what threat level this thing will have. And on the other hand, we have another crisis at hand down below where our esteemed Stukos mind construct is trying to get himself a artifact together, but there's a lack of sand. So, first up, we're going to help the sand issue. So let's do something like that. We're going to set up a professional sand collecting spot later down the road, but for now, we will have to work with that. So, the Titan Osime. We are just going to send the mountainous honesties on top of this thing, and we are going to see how the snowman crumbles. So, let's witness the last few moments of Osime. In that meantime, I hope the second magma kiln will be built, magma glass kiln, I mean, to make sure that we can construct that artifact. So, it is just like I said. These things, if they're made out of snow, they're not really a fight. So this was more like a hoax than anything else. So that thing lost its arm, its foot, and then it just lost its entire torso. I don't know why nature sent a angry snowman after us, but even even a hill titan can be a bad joke, I guess. Alright, so somebody must build this magma furnace as fast as possible. Luckily, we obviously got sand in our position. Now that's good. Finally, some piece of good news. There we go. Also, finally, somebody's building that. So, let's see. There we go. Let's make green glass. And pray to our mock that green glass will be okay. So, really hope that this poor fella won't go nuts in the meantime. So, Sarvish route handles, accomplished glassmaker at his art at least, is doing his best to fulfill the quest. I mean, the good news is we got the raw material at hand. I was really afraid that we'd be needing to collect that sand still. Anyways, there is a giant sparrow fighting with Rakust. Oh no, he's wounded. Rakust, are you okay? So Rakust second got injured. So how bad is it? His left elbow is mangled beyond recognition. Oh sheesh. That is terrible news. Our esteemed mining veteran. They are really a menace. I had no clue, not a bit of an idea how deep the animosities between dwarven kind and birds truly are before I started playing Dwarf Fortress in depth. Seriously. That is, if I'd be ever writing fantasy about dwarves, these days I would add a distinct fear from giant birds swooping down from above on their DNA as soon as they enter the surface. Just as a side joke, but seriously, birds are oof. On the bright side, it looks as if Stukos mind thing something's artifact is no longer lacking parts. All right. So beyond that, we are going to take a look-see, of course, into the today's Citadel construction plans in a hot second. But I want to monitor the construction of this artifact more closely because I really want to make sure that everything will work out as intended. Okay, the dining hall over here is making magnificent progress. I feel like this tavern really needs some sprucing up because it really looks just like a boring old hall. Up here, these guys are really, really looking fancy, and they are not only looking fancy, they are also quite operational. I just need to add in a couple of shooting fortification options on these sides as well. But beyond that, as soon as there are grates, hatch covers on top of these staircases, we can lock off access to the lower levels completely, which is awesome. These guys should be able to shoot all over the place, basically. The mayor has a new demand. When they come up with demands, things get really spicy. So an electrum cabinet. Yeah, sure. So if I remember correctly, electrum was the alloy of gold and silver, so that is not entirely hopeless. So first up, let's see, do we get off lucky and have a gold bar in our possession already? I don't expect that. We got platinum, we got bismuth bronze, but we even got fine pewter. Maybe the goblins will import some goblinite, but it's highly unlikely. Gold is one of those metals that is not really found on equipment, so you won't be finding it on the goblinite mines either. Well, too bad. We got enough limestone to go around. What's supposed to be stored here? Is it shale? Gabbro. Jeez. We really need to stock up our gabbro, huh? So I really like to take a look from time to time on my stockpiles down there to find out what we are needing lately. So down here was our gabbro quarry, so let's keep up with it. I really like to keep my quarrying areas like together, sort of. So all people are fighting against a giant bat. Well, huzzah, I guess. You do, you guys. I find it always amazing that Dwarvenkind has this amazing sense of finding out what's going on down there. So, did we already assign that bedroom? I forgot whose bedroom that was supposed to be. I can only remember that I was making a pedestal specifically with that person's needs. So, was it Nomal? So, certainly not. So, probably Libash? Traction benches. So that brings me up to the point that I really need to finish these apartments or assign them to somebody before I end the episodes, because it was literally yesterday and I obviously forgot to take notes. So yeah, I'm very sorry. Maybe the comment section will help me out on that one. Whose apartment was that supposed to be? I only remember that I was making a pedestal for this apartment to put up one of their preference items upon. But that's where my memory leaves me. Was it Ubul? I highly doubt that. Animal traps, okay. Ubul is sharing the apartment there anyways. Dodok, as the captain of the guard, has her own apartment. So we got Burr, the medical dwarf. So yeah, who was that person again? Fascinating. Usually my memory is better than that, but whatever. We're going to make the apartments for the Rakusts now. So... and that's where the circle closes again. I don't need help from the comment section because Rakust is the answer. So, Rakust likes goblets, and that's why I have it there. So, yeah. Looks like my memory comes back slowly again. Ha, wonderful. There we go. A silver pedestal for the goblet to be. And quickly make that room for Rakust before I forget about it again. So, there goes. together with the engravings. We cooking masterpieces these days, and geez, is that a long list of conflict. We are certainly worried about Libash, because my engraver shouldn't be incumbent like that. But, well, since the giant sparrow was puking at the end, I think the engraver is winning the fight. But that thing is not dead yet. So Libash is tired, but she obviously, well, she is wounded. That is bad. So we need our military here right now. Good thing that I checked on that. So yeah, there is a giant, an agitated giant sparrow in the apartments. Make it go away. This game, I love it. So a green glass ring. One for the dwarves. I think it was more rings than that. So, Ustooth Heimhelm, the surgeon. Are you currently assigned? No. It's quite ironic when the surgeon gets battered up like that. So, it's just a cut on the right upper leg, but considering the red heart icon, certainly sounds like this frickin' giant sparrow back there was tossing a fat tantrum there before we were able to stop it. So yeah, I really dislike the amount of bird-related issues that this fortress has. But apart from that, nobody died, so good job. Let's check back with the new artifact. So, well, it's just menacing with several wonderful things, but beyond all that, it's just a fancy old ring. Well, the Hammerlord stands up. I hate these combat notifications. There are way too many false positives. I really hope that one day I'll find out how to resolve that issue. Maybe there is another giant sparrow involved. Jeez, these creatures, they are everywhere. How do they get in there? Ah, they can still enter via the roof. Alright, so we have finally located the source of the issue, and that's a really, really nasty source as well. So Dastot Diesteel is also seriously injured. There is really afraid that there will be, before this episode ends, there will be dead people. So, really concerned about the well-being of my people here. So let's see. There is no combat notification related to a giant sparrow. So I think it flew away. So we're going to station the Mountainous Honesties up here because I am really afraid about the safety of the people that are doing the lid here. But as soon as this is done, it should be okay. But of course, the moment you send soldiers after the problem, the birds are gone. As if they never had any intention of attacking anybody, as if this is all a fluke, as if we're all making this up, but the people in the hospital, they're not making this up. Let's see how bad it is. Loop-de-doo. So, whoa. I think we need to increase the capacity of the hospital at that point. Whoa, that is brutal. So, good thing that I double-checked on this situation, as this seems as if it is escalating out of hand, which I don't like. So please, quickly, bring new beds. The tables are not that super duper hyper important. We're still going to put them on the top of the priority list. I think medical supplies are top-notch importance. But yeah, so let's see. Did I... Everybody does the orderly task. Well, I'm not a big fan. We are going to make... My usual approach is to make a huge amount of orderlies. So, there we go. And this makes sure that there's always going to be somebody capable of picking up the tasks of bringing these poor sods water and carrying them out of the danger zone and the like. Whoa, that is quite something. I didn't expect such brutal onslaught there. So we're better be making ourselves an ashery and a soap maker, as I feel as if this is just right now what we might be needing. We do already have the screw press, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. They're standing here. That is logistically inefficient. Who did this? Well, there's always something to do better at the end of the day. Okay. So far, I am very, very pleasantly surprised that nobody died yet. I put this yet on this sentence in the expectation of seeing a death notification any moment. Somebody might die still from the injuries. That's what I personally expect. That somebody will succumb to the relentless assault of those sparrows. They really were quite pissed about this citadel. I don't know why these darn birds are so jealous about our citadel that they want to kill everybody involved there. But the good news is the lid is done, so the darn citadel is done. No more burb issues. Well, the good thing is we can lock ourselves in pretty soon. If we remove those traps here and put in a drawbridge, we're perfectly safe henceforth. So, who wants the guild hall? The farmers want the guild hall. Well, that is a very valid request, I think. So, over here, my megalomaniac subterranean foraging project is going along quite nicely. As you see here, we're cultivating wild pigtails, plump helmets. This is going to be our emergency food stockpile. Thank you for asking. This is very easy. If you use it here, though, the animals have a high tendency of eating the useful crop. So that's how we have to do it like that. So, first up, we need to make lye. But to make lye, we need ash. And ash is made at the wood furnace, which is found at the smithies. No, it ain't complicated to do things like these in Dwarf Fortress. No, it's the easiest thing in the world. If you've done it a dozen of times. So, well, look at that. My timber stockpiles are empty. That one moment when you just want to make some soap. Well, good thing that I checked, because in all honesty, we shouldn't go without timber. The Farmers Guild Hall will have to wait, probably even into the next episode. I don't know yet. But we're going to show that darned nature who's boss. If those birds think they can attack me, I'm going to attack their darned trees. You see, there is a very, very simple interaction between dwarves and nature that causes an infinite cycle of vicious destruction of each of one another. Dwarves are just silly. But, well, a grand guild hall, they say. Does that mean we should have one already? Usually that's what it means. So, that's the taverns. Probably the guild halls. I guess it is the guild halls. Oh, I hate this so much. I wish this could just display what kind of guild hall it is. So, no. The Glen of Helping. Now that sounds like the Farmer's Guild Hall. No, it's the Doctor's Guild Hall. Now, well, okay, that's even more fitting. So, the Fragrant Howl is the Farmer's Guild Hall. Alright, so luckily we don't even need to build anything. Now that is a relief. So we can now just put a couple of our prepared statues here. So let's see. All of these statues, not all of these, many of these are already decorated. So let's put 2 decorated statues in there and see what that does for the value. But if this is a farmer's guild hall, they definitely need a farmer's workshop or 2 in there. Otherwise, they won't be doing presentations. So why not make a platinum one? There we go. You know? And while we're at it, steel. Speaking about steel, promise, the steel industry soon TM. I was just way too much in crisis mode this episode to go for the steel industry for realsies. I didn't feel well about that topic today because of the many problems that were at hand. Alright, speaking about many problems at hand, there's many trees going down. Wonderful. That'll bring us the timber we need. So, now we can make ash. Okay. Meanwhile, the furniture for the upper levels is being... Oh, upper levels. Yeah, well, it is the upper levels. It's being completed. Diorite. So, let's check back with our stockpiles. Diorite. I really have no single clue where I am quarrying diorite these days. Well, I think one day I should really start putting named tags on these hotkeys. Why not start today? Diorite quarry. Yeah. Now that's me being smart. There we go. So obviously there seems to be still enough diorite at hand here, but we just make sure that this will go down like this, so we have larger stockpiles. With some luck, we'll acquire even some gemstone. That'd be nice. Alright. Meanwhile, damn, this place is looking fancy. But it ain't a grand guild hall yet. Well, too bad. So, there is 2,000 bucks on that value, 1,000 bucks on that value. I mean, the platinum bar itself is 200 bucks, but yeah, that is not like it is the huge value increase in itself. There is a lot of engraving tasks, and obviously Libash is back and healthy in action again. She has a dented upper leg from her conflict with that thing, but she obviously still is well. Ooh, I'm relieved. She doesn't even have a negative memory from that event. So, wow. Tough as nails, that lady. Anyways, we need to add in some value. So let's go downstairs to our value level. So I bet that my crafts dwarves go all nuts all over this place currently, and they just cannot decide where they put their gemstones first. That's what I think is the case. Yeah, here, the iron bookcase for 2,000 dwarf bucks. So what we're going to do is here, copper statue of Datan Control Golds, or however he's called. So we're going to set up a couple of extra statues in here. Control Golds. Yes, that's seriously the name. What a weird one. But I find it very plausible to set up lots of statues from kings of the past. So Endok Smithbane. Especially for a Smith Banks, I'm sorry. Especially for a culture that has lost most of pretty much everything there. It makes a lot of sense to me to start cultivating what you've left. So let's put these jobs here onto a lower priority. Should really start working with the priority system properly instead of butchering around with tier 1 priority all day long just for getting them to work. Yeah. It's been criticized on my end a couple of times, and that's mostly because it's right. Yeah. But well, I guess we all have bad gaming habits. Do you? I certainly do. So here we go. These go priority 2 now as well. But we're going to see how this will play out. Oh, the goblet. So if we'd want to power game on this, we could even now go as far as producing a specific epic mug and decorated via black magic and put it on the pedestal. Probably will do that one day, but not today. Alright. So for this episode, it has all been a little bit ippity-uppity. I hope you guys have some understanding for that. Oh, look at that. The guild hall is completed with them statues. Grand Guild Hall. Beautiful. Ah, it is so darned nice. Love it. And as you see here, I forgot the workshops. That's been a very, very smart add-on there. Because with the workshops, they do not only socialize, they also do the demonstrations so people can learn about farming in there. So, the hospital seems empty, which is a very big relief on my end to see that. But let's head back to the soap making tables. So, we make lye. Can we now? Yes. Usually I only make 1 bar of soap because I'm too lazy to automate something that has such little value besides being lying around in your hospital's chest. Because that's literally what it does. And 1 bar of soap can, if the Wikipedia is not wrong, it lasts literally forever. But as you see here, nobody was dying from infections either, so it's not been that horrible. So that's that. And now we need to get ourselves a kitchen where we can render fat, unrotten fat renderable glob. So we need to slaughter an animal, and that is the reasons why these things are just really, really exhausting. So, and it's always like this. So we have a lot of horses. Can't slaughter one of them. Oh, seriously, you guys? Just when I was making some soap? Well, I guess that is their problem. You show up when we are making soap. You don't interrupt Eurist Max Soap Maker while he's making soap. So let's witness the last moments of the stupid expeditionary force of the goblin kind, while the mountainous honesties go bulldozer mode on them. So that's been a very, very short siege. Let's check back on our battle log. Remtar. What did Remtar do? He stabbed one in the foot, in the arm, And, well, Spearmaster, did they... I think he collided with his buddy. So, let's see how many kills Rimtar has now. I always like to look at the success table of my Dwarven soldiers. So, 8 kills by now. But also giant animals among these. Okay. Neat. What's also neat, this little run-in gave us some metal to process. Here we go. Okay. So back to the soap making. So we're going to do a little bit of overtime for this. Okay. There goes that. Horsey down. We're looking for the... That? Where is it? Horse fat? Not assigned yet anywhere. Perfect. So we can now go downstairs to the kitchen and call it to render the fat. So, we're almost there. This is, if I remember correctly, the last step necessary. There we go. There's the tallow that we require. And now the important thing is that we... Oh, we have tallow without end. Alright, that's nice. But we're still going to block one type of tallow now. And now we can make soap of tallow, from tallow. Alright, due to the fact that we already had a running animal industry that was not as high as I was fearing it would be, nice. Alright, my friends, next episode we're going to work on that steel, and I'm going to see whose apartment I'm going to spruce up. I hope Rakust will like his new apartment, and, well, yeah, of course, Rakust and Rakust. Now I remember. Now it all comes back together. Anyways, thanks for being around. Comments go down below. Thumbs up would be appreciated, and consider subscribing. As usual, you can check out the description box where you find lots of Dwarf Fortress links, and I'd be super happy if you'd give them a look. And yeah, check out also the Discord, the Twitch channel where I do stream regularly, and of course there's also PayPal, Patreon, or Buy Me a Coffee. These are the best ways and means to support the channel, and I also want to point towards the channel membership system, where you can just preview all the stuff that I have pre-uploaded and prepared for the release. That all being said, thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching this video up until the very end. I deeply appreciate. Have a wonderful day, fine internet person, and see you soon. Bye-bye.